Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another session of Seraphina D&D 5e campaign that I play with my friends, and these are my friends. Last off, we had a little delve into a Temple of Lunara. I say delve into a Temple of Lunara. The Temple of Lunara kind of came to you, as it were, and after doing some puzzles and wading your way through some arcane magic and working out the inner workings of what this temple wanted from you, you were presented with a codex, a ancient tome, a document of an unknown language littered in symbols and runes that are similar to ones that followers of Solara and Lunara use, but ancient and different. Shortly before you found that, you were exiled from Silver Fern and given a day's notice to leave, as Alaire wrestled with the idea of what to do next and who she can trust and how to bring the town back from all this tragedy. And it is at this moment that you all stood in Silver Fern Grove with your codex, and you made a plan to return to the ruined watchtower and unite there and think about your next moves. Upon inspection of the Lunaric Codex, Luck couldn't make much sense of it. However, Knick-Knack, upon reflection and memories, you remember Ileron absolutely being obsessed over his notes, as he usually is when deep at work. And one of the specific journals that he wrote in and worked in, he would tear pages out when he'd get frustrated, and he'd write, and you saved one of those pages, and in one of those pages was a rune that looks familiar. So familiar it appears in the same Lunaric Codex that you have all recovered now. And I posted a picture of the rune in the group chat on the artwork of the Seraphina chat in the Discord. And it's at this point where we pick up. Still night. Zoom has set himself into his kind of tree-like stasis. His roots from his legs have spread out into the ground, and he kind of stands ever watchful in this space, inert, on low power mode, as it were.
Wait,
and the rest
were
of
we going to move?
You were going to move, but you're all just gathered up, and it's the middle of the night, and you've all just uncovered a codex, and you are setting up your little, I don't know if you want to set up a little camp or whatever you want to do, here in the ruined watchtower overlooking Silver Fern.
Could I go get the horses?
I mean, not yet, but if you want to, that can be done. There we go. What do I want to do?
I was more talking to these.
Luke, as a question, how well known is this map? The new map that you've just the much more detailed local map that you've put in for the quarter of the continent.
How well known is that map?
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. It's a map more for my documentation, as well as this isn't a map that you would probably find. This isn't something that you would be given.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is
your browser sharing too before you show something you shouldn't?
That's all right. I've noticed. I'm trying to make sure that I share the right screen. Bear with me. I haven't shown anything yet.
Yeah, I was just wondering whether or not river travel and boat travel was going to be easier than cross-country travel.
Well, that's up to yourselves. The layout of the land is the same.
Yeah.
That's not problematic in any way. If that's how you wanted to move about, that's fine. But obviously, that discussion would have to be had.
Yeah.
We're trying to
So
get to
yes,
Erendor, so there's not a big river going to Erendor.
No, you'd basically go down one of the rivers and then hug the coast along and up to Irindor.
let me load up the other one on here.
True. Either way, I think our next point is Riverpoint. Our next place is Riverpoint.
Well, it'll be Riverpoint or Bow Point.
Yeah. If you go down.
Incarnate does this thing every time you go off of it and then you go back to it. It's just like, something went wrong. Well, nothing's gone wrong. I've just minimized the page.
Not
Yeah.
that I'm really interested in the ruins of Brindor or anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of things on there to tease you, isn't there? Let's be honest. A lot of things that you didn't know existed that now suddenly exist.
But yeah, I kind of figured if we go to Riverpoint down the Carthon and then get a boat and hug round the coast was my logic. But then I know more boaty people than anyone because I work on the docks.
My thought was maybe I could catch a ride with a caravan.
Got to find one first.
I know, but this is kind of how changelings work.
So yes,
They
this is the
pretend to be
part of the
gyppos.
world that you are all currently in. You are in Silver Fern. Everything is a bit bigger on this map. It's not necessarily to scale. However, there is something I wanted to show you. Essentially something that I've made it a little bit easier for everybody to figure out how long it takes to get to and from places. But please don't take it as absolute gospel. Oh, God. So, the grid. Essentially, one hexagon is roughly a week's travel.
Okay.
Okay, so it'll take you a week to get from Silver Fern to Riverpoint.
Is that on foot?
Yes, based on foot travel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks to get to Erendor. So, like as I said last time, about 2 to 3 months. On horseback or anything else's back could vary. And that's with constant travel, nothing happening, nothing stopping, nothing going on in between, slowing your travel or stopping at places. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. I just wanted to make that.
Yeah.
For people. If you want me to put a hexagon version on the group chat later on so you can work those things out in your own time, then yes, I will do that. Right, anyway, yes. Here we are in the camp. On the
there's a festival going on. Is there maybe a caravan that Misc
there is
could
no. The
jump
festival
on?
has now finished. The town is
no, but like people leaving. We could just say, can we jump on with you and get us as far as the next point?
You could do that. You'd have to find said people, and best place to find said people is probably the inn. But you are currently all here. It is the middle of the night. You are at the watchtower, the ruined watchtower, on the northern edge of the grove, overlooking the town. Technically not in the town, so you haven't pissed anybody off just yet. And that's where we are. What are we doing, folks?
Luck, knick-knack.
Yeah.
I could probably get us some horses and some help.
Do that.
Permission?
Yeah. Someone might have to help me with the horse because they're really big.
I thought you could ride on the Zoom.
I can kind of piggyback.
True.
But he could probably Robonazoom can probably put me on a horse.
I
I
You
thought
could
he's
always
a
ride with me.
robot.
What was that,
Those
sorry?
thing- I thought he was a robot. From what you've told us, those things don't live.
Hmm. Well, and it depends on what you think. You know, if you talk to him, he's not a great conversationalist, but he'll kind of help out and do things for you. And he does stuff on his own sometimes. It's quite interesting to watch. It's definitely not stuff I've made him do.
Mm.
So I think there's something going on in there. If it's alive, I don't know.
Philosophy aside, the best I could probably do is get 2.
One of us could get the small ones. Well, each
true.
of us could get the small ones.
True.
Nick, it's at this point in the conversation and this time that you have spent with different people like Cass and now Ellie. And when you first met Ellie, she was a very approachable person, very kind and almost whimsical. And having spent this evening with her, those characteristics, that personality, that mask seems to have fell a little bit. And this cunning and planning and strategic person seems to have appeared before you.
Bet you're really good at poker.
I stop acting like my face is there and just let it go. Yes.
We could make lots of money in here, and I know some good tables to play at.
Wait until you meet my friends.
Okay.
We're not focused on the illegal part of your businesses.
It's not illegal if the police don't know, and some of them were police.
I don't want to know. I don't care. And
If
frankly,
the police are there, is it really illegal?
like I said, I don't care. And to be frank, I don't give a fucking shit.
Yes. Now,
Get the horses. Then we go. What?
it hurts a little.
Oh. Do you want us to look away?
I'll do it on the way. As they walk away, you hear about, you know, when someone cracks their fingers?
Yeah.
It sounds like that. Just as they walk away. And Mara walks towards the town.
And Mara walks towards the town. Mara, as you take your steps out of this ruined watchtower and you start to make your way down the hillside, can you make me a perception check?
There's a couple of things I need to do. $12. I didn't roll very good.
12. To be honest, I'll do it. As you walk by down the slope, even in this bright moonlight, one of the rocks embedded in the hillside, this large stone, you're used to setting up caches in and around the town. This stone's been moved. It hasn't been there its entire lifetime. It hasn't been moved even a long time ago. It's been moved in the passing weeks.
Recently. I take like a mental image of how it looked before I move it to see what's
Okay.
underneath.
Yep. You guys can only see the map on my screen right now, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
I minimise
Just
it
confirm.
anyway.
I always
while
get
you're messing.
I always get paranoid with screen share. I want to make sure I'm only showing you the right things.
I know, but I minimise it unless you tell me to look, so I don't even get thingied it.
True, but the recording and everything. So, as you roll this, it's a rather large stone, and you spend some time in it, but you manage to roll it off. Can you make me a strength and athletics check to make sure that as you roll it off, it doesn't roll down the hillside?
This is not my best suit. In fact, it's my dump stat. Let's hope for the best. That's not bad. 16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay, as it
Minus-
rolls forward, you
17
feel it start
minus
to
1.
slide against your hand as if it's rolling out of your grasp. And you lurch forward and you manage to reach your hands round the rest of it and hold it in place. And you kind of twist it and rub it into the ground a little bit to stop it rolling and holding in place. There is a bag underneath.
I would like to take a
this
look.
boulder. It's a small rucksack, a burlap rucksack of sorts. Do you open it?
Yeah.
You take a look inside the rucksack and you find the following things. You find a marble.
One sec, let me get a piece of paper out. Marble.
You find a scroll of protection from good and evil. A scroll of detect good and evil. A scroll of detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
A scroll of true sight.
Mm-hmm.
A scroll of zone of truth. You find a letter in an envelope that's been opened.
Yeah.
And your fingers burn as you have reached in and you rummage through this bag. You quickly pull your hands out and throw whatever you had on the ground, and you see from the burnt fingers, and you almost start to see singed hair as the form fades on your hand.
I swear in Sylvan.
Chains of cold iron.
I open the letter.
The letter says C. The letter C.
Bastard.
Contract confirmed. Send confirmation on completion. VS.
find BS and kill it. Sorted. I would like to go in my bag and get like strips of fabric or whatever scraps I have from when I was making my outfits
Yeah, sure. First of
and
all,
wrap
I
them
want you to
around my
take.
hand. No
You
problem.
take 3
Fucking hurt.
points of, I don't even know, I'm going to say cold iron damage from your contact with the chains. 3
3
points.
points of fuck me, that burned.
Yeah. I'm not going to say fire damage because it's not fire. It's something
but surely it'll be
specific to
acid.
you.
Yeah, it's almost
It's
like
corrosive.
it's like 3 points of kryptonite damage.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to do a new
Shit
form
is
of damage.
wrong.
It's called cold iron damage. Anti-fey.
Well, technically speaking, it is.
If I say it really quickly, it sounds like Antifa.
Well, the way they describe it is to Fae, cold iron is anathema. It is the fucking worst possible thing.
I've done a bit of reading since.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
It's just that shouldn't exist. Like ever.
But yes, you seem to appear. I've come across a cache. Do I need to spell it out? Who it's from?
It's
Or
from
who it's
whoever the fuck tried to kill me, and it's written to the bastard I stabbed.
Cass.
Hmm.
And it appears he came prepared, but not prepared enough, as you were
No.
caught onto him a lot quicker than he caught onto you.
I bashed
Before
his
he
head in with a
could come
fucking
back and
rock.
prepare himself, you took care of him.
Yeah. I actually have an idea of how I managed it. It's quite funny. Cass wants to get a thief. He did not realise I can change sizes.
And here you find a cache of items provided to hunt a changeling.
Gently pick up the marble and try and figure out what the fuck that is.
Pick up the marble. As you pick up the marble, it turns a violet colour.
Okay. I would like to do one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to get out whatever equivalent, like the pommel of a sword.
Yep.
Find a big rock. I would like to hit it with whatever metal object I have handy.
The pommel of the sword or the
Yeah, I
marble?
want to hit the glass marble with whatever
want to
metal
hit the
object
glass
I have
marble.
handy.
Okay.
I want to just go,
What?
shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Make
Noted
me a
point.
strength saving throw.
11.
As you bring down the pommel of the sword against the marble with as much force as you possibly can, you almost feel it reverberate as it comes into contact with the marble and bounce off. And you take another 4 points of damage
Because it's
as you
fuck
try
shit.
to destroy a magical object. And you take 1 point of damage.
Oh.
And you feel the strain in your arm as much force as you came back down onto the marble. It kind of slips away, and the strength that you put into this marble comes back into your arm, and you feel that strain.
Is there a blacksmith in the local town? In where we were from? Silver Fern.
Silver Fern, yeah,
Okay.
there's a blacksmith.
On the way there, I would like to dump the chain with the blacksmith.
So you're literally just going to drop off the chains and carry on walking.
Just going to leave it in a scrapyard where metal should be and hope that it just gets scrapped.
Okay, you can do that quite easily.
But I make sure my hands are covered before I touch that vial shit again.
Okay.
And I keep the marble.
What do you cover your hands with?
I have a tailoring kit that I use to make Ellie's clothes. I just get whatever the offcuts are and wrap them around my hands like bandages to pick up the damned thing.
Offcuts of what?
Well, mostly wool and cotton.
You still feel burning, even with wool and cotton.
What doesn't make you burn me?
And as you pick up,
I'll
with
try
your
and
wool and
carefully
cotton, you
put it back
take
in the bag.
2 points of cold iron damage. As you feel the searing coming through the material into your hands as you place it back in the bag.
The face just turns back into the gremlin face.
Yeah,
It's like,
the teeth and the lips suddenly start to extend and grimace, and then as you put it back down, they shrink back down to normal.
I'm going to kill them. Iron. Had to be iron. I pick up the bag and I start heading towards wherever I can to get rid of this. Basically, to me, a radioactive isotope.
Okay. Yeah, you drop off. You drop off the iron chains. You kind of lump it out of the bag. You accidentally drop a few of the skulls, and you pick up the skulls. Like it's by the forge, and you kind of just like quickly kind of kick it away as much as you quickly can without taking any more further damage, and you almost kind of just leave it on the ground by the forge. Not as superfluous or as anonymously as you preferred, but it's there.
It fucking
You're
hurts.
gone. Hopefully, whichever forge smith that you haven't met will melt them down and
yeah, but the second you get heat into it, it's fucking pointless.
Exactly.
That's
Hopefully,
why
somebody will melt them down.
They'll melt them
and
down.
make
It
them
won't be a
and
thing
make
anymore.
something better out of them. Yeah, and you carry on and you double back towards the.
I would like to go into like an alleyway before I do this and full on have that moment of just like
fucking bastardy, fucking gonna kill that fucker.
just have like a little moment on my
meltdown of just like fuck.
Okay, I feel better now. I can go back to being then just the face drops again. I'm like, okay, cool.
What I meant to say was you went back to the barracks. I don't know why the word came up my head then. Does that?
I know, but he's having that moment of I need to get this frustration out before I can do anything of use.
Yes. So you carry on and you make your way towards the barracks. Look.
And I just look at my hand and be like, change, you fuck.
And it slowly does. It slowly comes back, not as quick as it usually does. And it takes a little bit of time. And about 10, 15 minutes later, your hand is back to the form of what Mara's supple skin. Let's be honest, Mara doesn't have supple skin.
Whatever the equivalent that I can mimic calluses with.
Yes. Luck, Knick-Knack.
Yes.
You are sat atop the crest of the watchtower that looks over Silver Fern. What are you doing?
Luck, you know that Elaine had that not spell book, the prayer book that he had on him that I gave to you?
Yes.
Have you had a look at that? Because that was all about the temple and the lunar and lunara and stuff. So that might actually help with the translating of the other book.
I do have it, indeed. Do you want us to take a look?
Well, we can kind of cross-reference it because you know your like churchy stuff, and that's all the churchy bits, and we might be able to work out some of this stuff.
Churchy stuff. Right. Sure. But I'd rather not do it now. We have to be careful before we leave.
Okay.
A little later on the road.
Okay. Is there anything else you need to do in town before we go?
No. I think it's safer if I don't do anything. It's the best thing to do.
Would you like some dinner?
I don't want to sound rude, Knick-Knack, but you don't
Knick-Knack
have
is
the
rude.
best chef ability.
Well, let me go.
His
Let me go
stats would
and
say
talk.
differently.
Yeah, but we keep making him roll wisdom, and wisdom's his worst.
It's all good. Well, I'm gonna go and find something to eat in the woods, and then I'll come back and cook it. So I'll be.
What did I just say?
Well, I'm gonna be in the woods. I'm not going into town.
If you go in the woods with the creatures that roam in it, you're going to get eaten. Again.
As long as I've got a squirrel, which is what I'm planning on catching, that should be good.
Catch 2.
I was gonna catch a couple. It's all good. I'll bring the Zoom with me.
And Link. So I can see where you are.
Yeah, we can all go. So I will get up with Robonazoom and Lynx and head into the woods to try and find some small rodent type dinner.
Look, the prayer book. You start to flick through its pages, and there are prayers to Lenara within it. There are a few. Some you recognize from your younger days, back when you were a child, dragged to chapel and expected to pronounce the words and repeat them. There are 5 prayers in this book that you recognize. Prayer for guidance in darkness. Prayer of the phases. Prayer for protection under moonlight. Prayer for insight. Prayer for the crescent blessing. Do you flick to any particular page?
Can you give me just the list quickly?
Yep. Prayer for guidance in darkness. Prayer of the phases. Prayer for protection under moonlight. Prayer for insight. Prayer of the crescent blessing.
What's the last one?
Crescent blessing.
No, I
Prayer
know.
of the crescent blessing. So you read through it, and the words, as you're reading them, it's like your brain remembers the words before you even start reading the next line from your memories of as a child. And the prayer reads, Goddess of the crescent light, bless us as the day takes flight. With soft whispers weave our dreams. Guide us gently with your beams. May we find peace in your silver glow, and through you divine blessings know.
Okay. Can you send it to me later?
I can send all of them to you later if you like.
I do. I would like that.
Okay.
Because I think the next one that's going to be interesting, at least for luck, will be the Prey of Insight.
Okay. What do you do?
What does the Prey of Insight says?
Oh, you're going to carry on reading?
Yeah.
Okay, bear with me. Why is it my screen share paused?
I love the fact that, oh no, something went wrong.
Why is that not working anymore? Da 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 da. Is that working still?
Yeah.
Yeah, pop back in.
Okay, cool. Somebody keep an eye on it for me. If any issues, just let me know. Let me get back to it. Sorry, I closed it off thinking you were done. Back open. The Prayer of Insight. Lunara, who knows the hidden truths, open my eyes to what lies unseen. As you watch the world in silence, grant me the wisdom of your quiet gaze. Illuminate the shadows of my heart and fill my mind with lunar clarity.
I would like to do something, because the day is going, like it's the sun is going up, and the moon is starting to get down. So it's like the moment when the two
It's the
astro-
late hours of early morning, yes. So we're probably at about 4 or 5 a.m. at this point.
Yeah.
You start to see that crest of light glow on the horizon. That dark navy blue black of night is starting to turn into a lighter shade of grey black.
Again, she's praying both of them, not one specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Do I remember?
This is a lunaric prayer book, remember?
Yes, but do I remember? Do I remember any kind of similar prayer to Solara?
Make me. I'm not actually. No, I'm not going to make you make a check on that one. Actually, I think that's fair. Are you looking for insight or something similar?
Something similar, because Lunara
Okay.
knows what hides
Actually,
in the shadow.
make me. I'm not going to say a religion check. Make me a history check because you're trying to recall here. And you don't have the stimulus in front of you that you had last time. You've got this prayer book which has the prayers in front of you and it's jogging your memory. You don't have that of the Solara version. So make me a history check.
Not 20, 22.
22. Okay. You remember certain prayers of Solara. You remember prayer for strength and resolve, prayer for prosperity and growth, prayer for the dawn, prayer for clarity and truth, prayer for solar blessing.
Okay. What does the one about clarity and truth says?
Solara, goddess of truth and flame, banish the darkness, cleanse all shame. In your gaze let no lies hide, make my spirit pure and tried. Grant me wisdom to see things clear, with your warmth let doubts disappear.
Okay. So what I want to do here is, because both prayers are very similar in their ways, not in how they proceed, for sure, how it's worded, but both of them just ask for answers and insight and clarification, and it's the same essence but worded differently, I take.
Could say so, yeah.
Okay. What would be an elegant way to mix those two prayers so Luck can pray both of them in a respectful way?
You could just do both prayers, one after another.
Okay. Sure, let's do that.
Okay. Make me a religion check.
Just put there. Not good. It's a 9.
You speak the words, but not with feeling. You speak the words with expectation rather than sincerity. Your life has been not what you expected it to be, not what you were told it would be. The expectations of you have changed. Your life rocked. 6 years. 6 whole long years in the dullness of this small little town. You could have taken that spot on the council. You could have changed things. These are thoughts that you can't help creep into your mind when you sit at night ready to sleep. Maybe this town would have been better under your guidance. After all, you were prepared for such greater things. But childlike wonder leaves us all in the end. In different ways, we awaken to the cold realities of the world. Some remain faithful, some don't. You've seen others stray from the path, you've seen others blindly follow it. Your faith is still to be determined. Nothing happens.
I think at this point she's just going to sigh, give it a rest, and meditate a bit on what has been going on. Takes time to relax because right now there's no nagging, there's no annoying little voices, no snarky comments. It's just plain silence, which is comforting and relaxing right now.
You're on your own for the first time in a while. Knack-knack.
Yeah.
You make your way through into the trees, through the crest of the forest. You feel the ground change underfoot as the soft, mossy undergrowth almost bounces under your feet. What are you looking for?
So I'm kind of looking for sort of squirrels, small birds, that sort of thing. So, if I can find a pigeon, that's all good. But I would also like to sort of keep an eye at some of the greenery that I think that I could they don't like my cooking, so I'm gonna give it some herbs and spices. So I'm gonna
Okay.
pick some green stuff and cook that into it and see what that does.
Right, okay. So we're going to do a sequence of checks here. This is going to be like a little skill challenge.
Okay.
You first of all, if you're hunting prey, I would require a stealth check.
A stealth check. 26.
26. Fantastic. What weapon would you use to hunt such prey?
I will use my magic returning dart of barbiness.
Like fish to water, like a fox to conies. You are adept at this. This is not the first time
It's normally rats, but yeah.
that you have had to hunt your own prey for your own meals. However, it has been a long time. You've gotten accustomed to the lifestyle that Ileron has provided for you, while still allowed your own freedom to wander off where you like, and you haven't forgotten the ways of wandering around streets and hunting rodents for your own delight. It's not been out of necessity, which has probably brought more joy to it. You throw your dart, and within a few moments you have a cluster of 4 or 5 pigeons. As for the greenery, make me a perception check.
Perception. 9.
9. Okay. As you wander through the forest, you see bushels of all sorts of different berries, fruits. You see mushrooms. You see vegetations of a variety of different ilk. Can you make me a nature check to discern which are favourable to eat and which are not so favourable?
I will probably harvest some berries and some mushrooms and worry about that later.
You're going to harvest indiscriminately.
I kind of see knickknackers. I'll collect everything up, so I've got a big pile of stuff, and then I'll sift
Okay.
at
So
the
you
end.
indiscriminately harvest whatever you find, a mixture of everything I just described,
Yeah.
and you bring it back to discern later which is safe to use. Okay. You do so. You stumble your way, hands full, Braden's. You make out of a large scarf, you make almost like a hamper sack that you wrap around your neck. You've got the pigeons in there, and you've piled on the berries and the mushrooms. As you waddle your way back through, up the hill, a few berries drop here and there, and you start making your way up through the hill. And luck, that ever beautiful silence, is pierced as the encroaching storm that is Nick comes back up the hill. Misc, Ellie, Elle, Mara, Cass. Well, back to you. You start approaching the barracks.
At this
It's
point, it's
night.
practically dealer's choice.
It is night, but the dawn is starting to break. You await the noise of shutters in your ears, the noise of carts and the beginnings of the early morning, but it has not yet happened. It is still too early. You approach the barracks and you see the light of fires and torches. You see the early morning guard that has been on for hours, standing, leaning on against their spear, and as you approach, they kind of straighten up.
I do the...
And you are immediately recognized as Mara, captain of the Silver Fern Guard.
He remembers later on and just has this full-on moment of nearly gender euphoria of just, yes, I am good. Being an arrogant little shit. But still got it. I head towards the stables.
Okay. I'm picking up. If I'm too loud at this point, let me know. I'm increasing the volume that my microphone picks up because I've noticed on some previous recordings that I'm really, really quiet. And I forgot to do it earlier.
I just thought you were being dramatic.
Well, I tried to lower my voice, but I find when I am lowering my voice and I'm being dramatic, it doesn't pick it up. So I'm trying to do it so that at least I can be heard, because there's no point in being dramatic if I can't be heard. We'll see what happens.
I mean, yeah.
It's the high register your mic doesn't tend to pick up.
Yeah, well, and it's quiet. It's whispering low. Like when I've made noises in previous games, you haven't heard me. So I've changed the settings. So hopefully everything comes across.
Hopefully mine's okay. I've had mine today.
Oh, I can hear you all perfectly every week. Because the microphone's built into this headset, and don't have a proper microphone.
I brought my mic. This is a new one. It came today.
Well, it's good because the amount of times we were told you have to bend it or you have to fiddle it. And
it's because you used to just
it
go.
On the way out. Well, I've heard you loud and clear. It's all working. Anyway.
My apologies.
Go. There we go. Sorry, I've got my little fiddle thing. I've got a little drill bit that's screwed into a cork, and it's kind of my little fidget thing at the moment. Has been for so many sessions now. Anyway.
It's better than mine.
You approach. The guard kind of stiffens up.
Literally just a knife.
Against his spear, kind of straightens up, and kind of you can see him like widely blinking the tiredness away. Captain!
Told you. I'll go, guard. You weren't napping, were you?
No, not at all. Ever vigilant.
Good job. I'll go, good job, and I pat him on the shoulder.
Oh, thank you.
And I head towards the stables.
And you head on through.
Yeah.
And you head towards.
Come on, I haven't actually spent enough time with Mara to convincingly pull this off. I'm sort of trying to just get in and get out.
That's why I haven't requested a persuasion check. You're fine. Not that you wouldn't smash him anyway, because you're broken.
Advantage +9.
Yeah. Anyway, no point asking something if the bar is so low that it doesn't matter what you roll.
I mean, wait until I level up. I'm level 4.
Very clear. You walk through the gate, and on your left-hand side is the stables. The stables probably houses, at this point, only 2 or 3 horses. It is not a big stable. The need for horses is more for the farm than it is for the guard. The guard only ever use them when they are needing to cover big distances of the town very quickly in emergencies. But there are 2 or 3. No, there are 3. There are 3 riding horses here. One of them is stood up, milling about its stable. The other 2 are lying on the ground asleep.
Is there like the Silver Fern equivalent to a stable boy?
Not present.
I just want to walk in like I own the place and start saddling up one of them.
Okay. So it would make sense if you started saddling up the one that's awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You pick up the saddle. You go over to the animal. You pop the saddle on the side. Takes a little bit.
Good boy.
Recognizes your form.
Good boy. Yeah, good boy. How would you like to go on an adventure? I turn towards the one on the ground and I do the. I can't do it. You know, put the finger.
No, I can't do it either.
I'm trying to be Mara.
The horse is kind of just like you see the ears kind of flicker and the eyes awaken, and they kind of look up and bring themselves slowly to their hooves.
I get
fully
one of the
standing.
bags of the oats that they put the oats in.
They perk up a little bit more at the sight of food.
It traditionally straps onto their head, so they just
Yep.
eat as they walk.
Yep.
I'm effectively getting them both saddled up and giving them both breakfast.
Yep. I understand. Yep. That's fine.
Come on.
And you saddle up the other two horses. What do you do next?
I saddle up two of them. I leave them with
Two
one.
of them. You leave one. You saddle up two.
Just in cases. They might actually need a horse.
When you saddle up two horses.
And I head out.
And you stroll past.
Yeah.
Two guards.
No stealthy. Just walk like I'm supposed to be here.
They kind of look as you're taking horses out at this early hour.
I'm heading to check on Grove Watch Tower. Grove Watch Bastion.
Do you need accompaniment, Captain?
I don't think so. I'll be back in a couple of hours.
Then why the two horses, if you don't mind me asking, ma'am?
In case they were wounded.
It's been 2 days. If they were wounded, you... Sorry, ma'am, I do not mean to question, but...
Look, I don't know what's there. I don't know what I'm going to find, and I don't know what's there, and I don't want to make a bigger deal of it than it has to be.
Then probably all the best if one of us were to go with you, maybe both of us.
Oh, can I take out a guard? Oh, I might be able to take out a guard. It's just whether or not I can morally accept just killing a guard. I can.
Celia might kill you, but you know.
Celia doesn't have to fucking know. They'll be buried in the woods before Celia even notices.
They're just going off of the story you gave them.
Yeah. I look at them both and I basically point at the weediest one and go, you with me.
And like the other one kind of gives them some side eye, like, how come she's with you? The other one's just like, yeah, sure. Yes, mum. And like kind of like shovels it, like picks up a shield and like looks onto his back.
Just the sleepiest, weediest one.
Yeah. And just follows you without hesitation and without question.
This poor guy that was a farmer like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That's about to end up mulch. And I head off towards Grove Watch Bastion to begin with.
Which route do you take? Do you go towards the grove? Do you go around the valley down here towards the forest area, or do you go up through the tower?
I have an idea. I go where the pit is.
We have ribboned that now, though.
It doesn't matter.
Police tape by Nick.
It doesn't matter. It's a real easy way to just shove him in a pit and say, I'm going to go get help. Just leave him in a pit.
You make your way down through the deforestation and further down into the woods. As you make your way further down south here, you start to hear the clatter and chime of bells and doors and shutters opening, the wheel of carts murmur of folk within the town as Silver Fern begins to rise for a new day, and the sky becomes a little bit lighter. I could actually get a change. There we go. One more thing. There we go.
Day night. Day night.
There we go. And you make your way through and towards the pit. How do you plan on doing this?
Oh, I ask him if he'd walk out in front. And I don't
Right.
tell him there's going to be a fucking pit.
Okay.
I'll go hop to it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. You rolled a natural 11 or a 12.
Is that enough to get hit to fall in the pit?
There is enough to see the pit.
Okay.
As he's walking, he sees this big ass pit that's been taped up by knick-knack. Mom, trapped.
Who's been digging bloody pits?
I don't know, Mom. What should we do?
I can't slow down. I'd rather get this done. Any chance you can head back and send word? In case there's any more of those bandit types out here. If they're leaving traps.
I mean, yes, Mum, I can do that. And he takes the reins of one of the horses and starts to head back.
Bollocks.
Turn around and walk.
I need fucking two. Oh, fuck it.
No.
No, that's genuinely the thought in Misc's head. Just fuck it. And I would like to, as quietly as possible, when he's not fucking facing me, take out my goddamn short bow.
Your short bow.
Yeah.
Okay. Make me.
I wait until he's a little further away, and he's not
Make me
fucking
a
looking at me, and I would like to
roll.
fire at him with my bow.
You're going to shoot this man.
Yeah, in the back.
Okay. Roll me stealth to begin with.
Oh, fuck. 13. Roll bad.
1d20.
What was his roll?
5. Plus 1 for a 6. So, yeah, he doesn't hear you. And you shoot him in the back.
Yeah, it's my
Roll
plan.
to hit.
Fuck! 10.
Ooh.
I
You
mean,
fire a shot and it soars past him.
don't you get advantage since
I
he's
did. I rolled
surprised?
really shit. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Oh.
I've rolled really shit.
And he rolls a 9 to notice that the bolt fires, the arrow fires past him into the underbrush, and he does not notice the missed shot. And he goes into the underbrush as you pull out your bow and you spread your stance. And as you spread your stance, your foot catches on a root and you stumble and go like that, and the bow fires off way to the left. The point
I
where
just
he doesn't
rolled again
notice
to
the-
see if I'd hit him.
Okay.
I
You
rolled a
rolled
nat
again?
20.
Roll me damage plus sneak attack.
I think if I just click it, it'll just do it, right? $24.
Jesus.
24 damage.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
I straight up just shoot him in the back.
Okay. An arrow soars from your bow as you regain your stance and you take perfect aim and right between the shoulder blades, through his spine and out through his chest. This arrow seamlessly flies through him without even stopping or infecting.
Had
It
to
flies
be
away and it
so.
carves through cleanly. The arrow carries on and hits a tree. You hear the horse react before he does. The horse going and kind of like rearing up and pulling away from him as his body kind of just stops and just slumps to the ground.
I walk up, grab the horse's reins, and tie it to a tree. And I grab the man by the scruff of his neck and go, "You had to be so bloody annoying, didn't you?" And I just drag him towards the pit, and I throw him in the pit.
The
You
arrow.
drag the lifeless body of this guard of Silver Fern.
I don't
Blood
care.
trickles down the side of his mouth. And you feel the leathers underneath his skin, and you feel the sweat on the back of his neck against your knuckles, and you drag him across the ground until you slump his body in the pit.
I think you heard when I heard Nazoom died, and I went, "Oh, that's a shame." I don't even know this fucker's name.
I know. I know, you know.
Luck knows. Luck's never
Yeah.
gonna know.
You retain second horse. What do you do?
I would like. Is this pit look like it would fall in on itself?
He has a
Take
How
arrow
well
sticking
dug
out of
is it?
his back.
I
You
don't
didn't
give a
pick up-
fuck. They're not gonna dig up a random piece of forest.
It would take some work and some time, but you could fill it in. It would take a while.
How long?
Now,
Yeah, I'll fill it in.
like the horses, they munch on their ropes, and you spend the next hour. Do you have a spade or a shovel?
I buried Cass, so I assume so.
You buried Cass in a shallow grave.
True. Would I have a shovel? How often do I fucking kill people that I would have a shovel?
You have a shovel in your inventory.
I know, but it's like starting equipment for rogues. That's all that's in there.
I don't feel like a rogue trying to be agility would have a shovel strapped to their back. A shovel.
No.
Is it in your inventory as part of the
No, I
equipment
don't have
you
a
started
shovel.
with? And you don't have a shovel.
Mm.
We're not planning on doing this. You did not bring one.
No. It's
And you're
always
throwing
fucking
this man in a
annoying.
pit. As you throw him through the tape wraps around his body and pull the tape into the pit. And there lies a body in a weird position at the bottom of the pit, covered in bright yellow tape ribbon.
I have an
And on that
idea.
moment, we're going to take a short break. In a couple of hours.
I have a weird fucked up idea.
And I can't pause the recording because
You can't.
You're not in
I
charge
do
of it.
resume it. I'm not in charge of it because it's not going to my computer, it's going to Pete's. So the recording is going to continue
Okay.
and we'll take a short break. Everybody recharge on drink. I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Back in a sec.
Take however long you need. I'll be right back.
They killed someone again.
So much
Hey,
chaos.
they killed someone again. I got some
I
pizza.
mean, the worst crime that Nick Nack committed is breaking and entering with an acid splash.
No, I did kill that prisoner. Accidentally.
Prisoner, remind me.
The one that we tied down for questioning.
Oh yes, no, you did.
The
say
first fight at the pit.
I said it yesterday. I'm going to say it now again. Oh god, that's so cool. If you guys transform into murder overs,
Nothing to do with me.
it's not going to be
Consequences.
fun for me. I said that yesterday. I'll say it again.
It's not Nick Nack being the murder hobo. Look,
I just want to leave the town.
I don't think. Look, it's not murder hobo territory just yet. At the end of the day, Misc is dealing with things the way Misc thinks is best to deal with
I know.
things, or the only way that Misc knows how to deal with things. You think it could be dealt a better way, then Misc needs to be shown that. Needs to learn.
I tried.
I must admit, I was like, why do you need two horses? Because then I can change when the first one gets tired. I can get there fast.
Well, and then you're just going to leave one in the middle of nowhere.
No, that is it's actually a relatively common thing for like messengers is to have several horses and you change every hour. So when they're not carrying you, they can keep up, but they're not working as hard. So they
Oh,
kind of
that makes sense, yeah. So they're
so
kind of
you
resting,
kind of
but not.
relay between the horses.
Clever.
Um, and it was like that led up perfectly to that. And then he went, "No, you can come and we'll just kill you in the woods."
It was so how easily he was just like, I'm resigning this guy to death. Not just, I'm just going to knock him out. It could have just knocked him out. And then be like, Mara knocked me out in the woods, and then sown even more discord. But no, just full on killed him as humanely as possible. Just a heart sitting on an arrow embedded on a tree.
If it's always resolved like that, it's going to be very complicated.
I don't think it's always going to be like that.
I'm more if they're trying to hurt us, then they're all good, fair game.
Yeah. But this guy was just following orders.
Yeah. I don't think you all understand. I'm a goddamn fucking alien.
You're not really
So,
an alien, you're a creature of this world, just a slightly different
I'm a creature
version
from
of
a
this world.
different dimension.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fucking
Entirely.
alien. And do you see Nyala act like that?
Nyala isn't
Luke.
the alien. Nyala's just at the back.
No, she is.
She's kind of an
They,
alien.
they have a different moral code.
No, but that's the way I describe it. They're from a different dimension.
Yeah, they have a different moral code to everybody else.
So make them promise they won't randomly murder people, and then they have to stick to it.
That's
Yeah.
the thing with changelings. We don't have to follow the rules. It's more of a cultural thing.
Anyway,
Iron still burns.
consequences be consequences.
May I carry on from where I left off, or are we going to go to somebody else?
We're going to carry on. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to take a few steps until we find one of the people that we fucked up before and see if they're still all out here.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
Ah, fuck. 5.
You look around, and you could have sworn like this is where the fight took place. Yes, we were in the pit. There are no bodies. Not that you can find anyway.
There's a very fat gummy nose. So.
Runny nose. Mm-hmm.
Runny nose, and there's gummy nose, and then there's whatever else calls the Airwood home.
Unsure if I should leave it out here or not. You know, I don't have a shovel, but what I do have is at least 2 casks of lantern oil.
Yeah, and Dawn is
I just-
approaching. Dawn has approached.
I just want him to not look like it's him.
A body's a body,
Yeah, but it's not the person that left with Mara.
but it is a person who's missing.
True. You're annoying.
You do what you want. I'm just making you aware of the choice that you're
No,
making.
I'm basically doing thought process consequences, and then I looked down at the corpse and went, "You're annoying."
Mhm.
I know how to mimic creatures.
You do.
I make I'm having fun noise that the gummy nose did.
Make me a performance check.
Bollocks, that's not what I'm good at. I'm good at deception, not performance. I should be good at performance. Why aren't I? Yeah.
You're not an actor, are you?
No.
You haven't got the
Oh,
actor.
that's good. 20.
20?
No, I rolled a 20. 25.
Yeah, 20. 20. Oh, 25. Okay.
I rolled a 20 with 25.
You almost effortlessly recall the noises that the gummy nose made.
Yeah.
The gummy nose, just clarifying it.
Yeah. I don't know what the runny nose is. I know there's a cat that's like a gummy nose out here, and the only person I can ask is the fucking other cat.
And you make the noise of the gummy nose. And you pronounce it into the air, and
And I say in Sylvan, there's a bigger one of you out here, isn't there?
you wait.
Yeah, and I look at him. I know he speaks Sylvan.
Some time passes.
I can't quite hear you, Luke.
Some time passes. Make me a perception check.
Ten.
An hour passes. You start to feel the warmth of the sun start to breathe through the canopy of the trees. That smell of damp earth as warmth creates evaporation, and the smell of that damp earth starts to raise through the ground, and the forest starts to become alive, and you hear the chirping of birds. But you don't see a gummy nose.
They're nocturnal, aren't they? I need to get a shovel.
Make me another perception check.
$17.
You wait a while. And after a short while, you're about to give up and you stand up and start untying the horses and begin to lead them back to the ruined watchtower. And as you turn, you see a pair of eyes staring out of the undergrowth. Violet and green tinge. One step blink, and then you see another step blink.
How big is the
of eyes
face?
above.
Is the little gummy nose face, or is it like a larger set apart eyes?
There's two sets of eyes.
No, I mean between them. You can tell how big a thing is by how far apart the eyes are as they glow.
Appears to be the same as what the gummy nose did. And you see
Hello.
4 eyes. 2 smaller, 2 bigger. Smaller ones above, the larger ones below, staring through. While the
You need
larger
help.
ones are a mixture of violet and green, the smaller ones is one is violet and one is green.
I say in Sylvan, I need help.
The eyes stare, not moving.
Do you remember me?
They continue to stare.
I take a look around now because he told me there was a ghost there was a ghost look about.
You take another look around.
Yeah. I look at it, he doesn't respond, and I'm like,
Make me another perception check.
trust it. $16.
You turn around and you look up and you see in the canopy of trees and the branches that lurch over you, you see another set of eyes looking down at you. Exactly the same. But these ones blink. You look back at the other set and it shimmers away like an
Is it you?
illusion. Hmm?
Do you remember me? We raced.
Whiskers, the long, elongated eyelash whiskers kind of flutter.
And I won.
They kind of curl down a little bit.
Can I ask a favour of you? For winning. I need the bigger one. Like you, but bigger.
Kind of swoops down from the tree and lands on a log nearby.
I need something gotten rid of.
Looks down towards the pit and looks back at you.
How much?
Just tilts his head, leaning
Can I
upright.
just copy it as the smile happens?
It waits, anticipating
I
an
want it
offer.
gotten rid of. Could you? Call the dinner bell. You're native, I'm not.
Awaits an offer.
Do you like shiny things? I take out the ball that glows.
Whiskers flutter. The ears pick up. Tails
glows at
flishing
night.
about.
It's made up the same things as the ferns. The ones that glow at night.
Mhm.
This, get rid of that. Dune shouldn't be trusted.
And you start to hear this weird, like, screeching sound, but almost like a purring screeching sound. It reverberates. And it swoops, leaps back up into the branches above. And it stares down at you expectantly.
Will they be there quickly? I'll throw it up in the air.
Further up into the branches out of view.
Thank you. Fair trade. I get the horses and I get out there as fast as fucking possible. I might even get on one of the horses.
As you do, you don't look back. You don't. And as you walk, as you ride away from the scene, I could swear you hear the tearing of flesh and the crunching of bone.
Oh. Good to know there's trustable types out here. I did like that ball, though. Yeah. Worth less to travel. Just gets as far away as possible, gets off the horse, lets himself calm down, turns back into Ellie, and walks casually back into camp.
Where'd you leave the horses?
I get off the horses.
Yeah.
So I'm not
you bring
riding
the horses back
at
up to the tower?
Yeah, I just get off the
Okay,
horses. I ride, get off, and then start walking casually, so it doesn't look like I've been running from a crime.
Yeah, okay, cool. You do so. Nick,
Got the horses.
You return. You are sat rummaging through your collective hoard. Luck, you are sitting there flicking through your prayer book, and you see Misc in the form of Ellie returning, carrying along two horses that she mounts up and ties.
I would have probably like sort of popped open Robonazoom and sort of set a pot and like sort of been like effectively trying to make a stew and going through all of my mushrooms and berries and bits of nettle.
Now,
I have
please make me a
proficiency in
check.
nature.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll be going, be like, yeah, that one's good, and then that one's not, and yeah. So I'll check them, and be throwing them into the pot and making a pigeon stew.
Make me a nature check. Are you proficient in nature?
Am I proficient in nature? No, I am.
Make it with
Smart.
proficiency though, due to your chef's proficiency.
Yeah, it's like food you can eat. I'm looking
Yeah.
for food.
Because you would know.
Yeah,
like,
I have cooked utensils proficiency.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to make a nature check, but with proficiency.
Which would be +2, so that's going to be the same as my Arcana check. So I will roll that because that's easier.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Okay. 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 You select what you believe to be the best, tastiest, and most edible of what you have gathered and foraged,
And I will leave this burbling with
and you leave a pile of the
the
undesirable.
the bits and the feathers and the. I may collect some of them up for like other stuff and decorating things, but yes.
Luke,
Mhm.
I have proficiency with both the poisoner's kit and nature.
Yep.
What the fuck did he just put in that soup?
Are you watching over his shoulder as he does it when you
Effectively,
return
come
into
on.
camp? Make me a nature check with proficiency, because you have your poisoner's kit and you're looking for hazardous.
8. I rolled less than him.
Looks really tasty.
Looks great to you. The speed in which he's nabbing things and throwing things in and discarding, and like his hands are moving but his eyes aren't, exudes you with confidence that Knick-Knack knows what he is doing, despite previous experience. But you are confident in Knick-Knack's abilities in this moment.
Why not?
So that should take about half an hour now.
We should get out soon, though.
Have we worked out which way we're going?
I thought we could get a ride in a caravan, but you said the river would be good.
Well, there's like, well, when I was back home, there was like all the boats always coming in and out and things, and they seem to travel faster than like, no, they don't travel faster than wizards because that's like, and then you're there, which is a much better way of traveling. But if you can't do that, which we can't do, or at least I can't do,
No, I'm not good at that.
Luck, any good at getting there?
He's
No.
looking at the magic user. Can you fucking do it?
Um, so the boats travel faster than like horses and wagons and things. So I thought that we could get a boat down the river, and that's nice and fast because that goes the way the water's going. And then when we get out, then we can get a boat along the coast.
Not a bad idea. My plan was to just hitch in with a caravan. Take the slow road. I like the slow road.
Um, Luke, in terms of like the road, are there like, I'm assuming there are little villages and things along the way that you've only done the big population centers and things.
Yeah, I've done the major population centres. There are potentially
It's
things
not going to
across the
be
road that you would
it's not going to
expect
be a month and a half worth of travel where we're not
on a
likely to
barren road across nothing. Yeah, no, that would.
that's fine.
The major population centres, the towns and villages, have been marked out. The odd homestead here and there, the tavern that's yeah. There are
Wasting.
things across, like there are other travellers as well. Yeah, on the map you will see the main points of concentration.
So I don't know. I don't know which way people want to go. What do you think, Luck?
You're the tiebreaker.
By land, by water. Which would Luck prefer?
Yeah, we're getting the apathetic to be the tiebreaker.
Well,
I don't much care what we do, as long as we get to your wizard friend fast.
Boat's faster.
Good.
that assumes there's a boat.
How much money do you have on you?
We got paid.
Yeah, but
How
Nazoom
much?
has the money, and I don't think we can wake him up.
Like goes to the Zoom, and she just search for the bag of money.
Bag of money. You wave in front of the Zoom, this vacant stare, just staring out.
I have
Put your
about
arms
18 gold.
inside the cloak. Feel damp but warm. You reach inside the pockets and you feel a coin purse. You pull out the coin purse.
Take the coin, look inside, and count how much we have.
50 gold.
50.
50 gold.
That's all.
I have about 10.
Uh,
Yeah, gold isn't. Yeah, we're used to out of the cold. Gold is like super currency.
I know, but it's not going to get us far.
We've
That's why I
got
wanted to get a
horses.
caravan.
Well, you want to live? For 50 gold, you can live moderately well for a long time.
Yeah, but she's wondering about booking passage, which is not me or Nick Nack's plan.
She's going to keep the purse and basically start to get all
Nick
bags
Nack,
and everything.
how much money do you have on you?
Some.
It would be better if you had a number.
I forgot to mention
Mm.
in the cash.
The money to kill a changeling.
Half the fee.
How much is half the fee to kill a changeling?
200 gold.
I look at the 200 gold and go, could have asked for more. Flashback, could have asked for more.
Should have asked for more.
Yeah. Fucking die for 200 gold. Cheapskate.
To be honest, like the scroll of true sight thing is probably worth a lot more than 200 gold.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
As I mentioned before, these things were, not that you would know, but they were provided.
yeah. By the
It's
way,
like
are
it
there
was
like
a kit of how to catch changeling.
how to
provided.
catch fairies?
Yeah.
It's not just changelings, man. That thing
No,
would fuck
not
up
just
like a bunch
changelings,
of different creatures.
Anything from the Feywild would be fucked up by what you found in that bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or located by what you found in that bag.
I dumped the chains with the blacksmith. I tried to smash the marble. It's now at the bottom of my purse. Oh, and by the way, can I do a little bit of a flashback?
And what you want to do, yes.
Okay. Were the braziers around? The big things where they burn coals.
Crazy.
There was a forge,
Yeah, I can't say it.
which was cool.
No,
Simmering embers.
I'm just wondering if there's like a thing I can burn something in.
There were street lights of oil lamps.
Okay.
There was torches.
On the way back,
barrack.
while I was out there, I would like to burn the scroll for detect good and evil.
Why?
Scroll for detect. Yeah,
Because I'm a fairy and that shit's fucked.
You burn the scroll for detect good and evil.
This shit shouldn't exist. Shit gets set on fire.
You burn the scroll for detect good and evil. While it has the words of magical power imbued on it, it itself is not a magical item. You burn the scroll.
That's why I texted you the plan, because I knew she'd shout at me.
Yeah, I know.
She used to be a wizard. And you can tell.
Scrolls. Copy!
The one that has the
And my response is,
Oh,
oh, they
sorry.
find me with this. Set that shit on fire. Now, the
detect
only
good and
one-
evil scroll is
I
burned.
am
Is
going
that
to bully
correct?
you so much in November.
Bully? Oh, God.
She bullies me
Wait
already.
until the true sight one goes as well.
I am going to tickle
So
you
the scroll of
to
detect good and
death.
evil has been burnt. Anything else?
Now, please, can I
You
get
have
the
the
words
scroll
out?
of
Because
protection
I'm
from good and evil. You
stittered.
have the scroll of detect magic. The scroll
I
of
have them written down.
scroll of zone. Okay, cool.
Can I please get the words out? Because I'm starting to stutter.
Yep, no, it's okay. Take your time. There's no pressure.
Now, the only one that would really you could tell where changeling is because my powers aren't illusion, it's physical. Was detect good and evil.
True sight.
Does true sight fuck with
True sight
shapeshifters?
detects everything.
Everything. It's into different planes and stuff. But would you know about that?
That's my point.
You're just
How
seeing
much?
a scroll. Like you're not a.
No, I'm
Okay,
not
I'm
an
going to say
arcana
this,
person, but I'm a
but this
person
is the
raised
thing.
by fairies. How
True.
much did they
So
tell me?
before you've burnt the scroll of detect good and evil, we've got to decipher here whether you know what you're looking at, what you're reading. These are arcane equations. This
What I'm
is
effectively saying
practice
is,
of arcana. So
how much did the caravans tell me about things wizards and shit do?
it's not so much what you've been told, it's what so much you can discern. So I'm going to request an arcana check.
Okay.
I'm going to request 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 arcana check.
I rolled a 1 for one of them.
Okay, so we're going to do them in order, and you will find out what order we do them in after I've done it.
Okay.
So you rolled a 1 for the first one.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Roll me the next one.
1.
Another 1.
Yeah, I rolled 2 1s in a row.
Okay. Roll me the next
16.
one. Okay. Next one.
14.
Yep. Next one.
14.
That's the fifth one, 14, or is that the fourth one, 14?
I don't know. I've just sort of been clicking.
You've done 1, 1, 16, 14. Have you done 2 14s in a row?
One sec. Let me look at the thing. Because it keeps track. Two 14s in a row.
2 14s in a row. Okay, good. Good to
2,
know.
16, 14,
Right.
14.
So the three scrolls, sorry, that you are able to identify are the scroll of protection from good and evil, the scroll of detect good and evil, and the scroll of detect magic. You are not able to decipher. Should have realised this earlier. Sorry. What a
fine.
scroll of true sight or the scroll of
Okay.
zone of truth are.
Now,
So
how
you
much
have
is everyone
burned
going to get
the
upset?
scroll of detect good and evil.
How much is everyone going to get upset if this shit all goes up in flames?
You burn all of it.
I don't want to piss everyone off because I'm anxious.
So because of this unknown of what you've got,
I'll detect good and evil, protection from good and evil. This whole shit looks fucked.
so I'm
And
going
now,
to say at this point, rather than it being a flashback, you have got all this out at camp. You are looking through the scrolls at camp, and you throw one onto the flames. And at this point, you get Luck's attention as she sees one of these scrolls burning.
She's going to get it.
The one's burning already. It's done. The scroll of detect good and evil is burnt. What
you're
happens
just
next?
scrumpling paper
It's
up
up
and
to you.
throwing it.
What are you doing?
Which one are you scrumpling up next?
It's literally just a line of papers
Okay,
at this point.
I'm going
Just
to roll for it.
What are you doing?
burning.
What?
Okay, so which scroll is going on the fire neck, depending on what happens here.
Whatever.
Give me that.
No,
Why?
because
Catch it.
it's fucked.
Oh, you try to catch it.
Yeah.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Ah, shit. Let's hope it's good.
This might actually be a fight.
Oh, it's an 11.
Misc, do you try to stop her?
Fuck yeah.
You try to bat her away?
Yes.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Shit. 11.
Ooh, roll up.
Ooh. Who's
Roll
better at
again,
sleight of
please.
hand, the rogue or the sorcerer?
Roll me both again, please. Sleight of hand. Unless Luck decides to do something else
I mean,
from sleight of hand to like as you both reach for it and you kind of clap hands
21.
like.
hold on.
Is there anything else Luck wishes to
I
try
rolled
and
a
do?
21.
I can. Is it a small campfire that we have?
Yes.
I'm going to snuff it out with precipitation.
I fucking eat it.
You don't know you've thrown it!
I threw it. I rolled a 21
You
to
throw
get
it.
it back.
Luck goes, "Boom," and the flames, as it lands down, go. You reach out, you grasp it back in your hand, you go to put it in your mouth. Luck, what are you doing?
I gotta fucking eat it.
Hold on. Hold on.
Misc is bringing it to their
I gotta
mouth.
fucking eat it. It's parchment. It's technically speaking lambskin. It's
Yeah.
fucking edible.
It's pressed reeds and other forms of vegetation.
Knick-knack's not noticed yet.
I am going to okay. There's a very strange wording in presentation. It says that you can chill, warm, or flavor up.
Yeah.
Don't
or
know what that
flavour
means.
Something, yeah.
You can flavor, so you can basically make things spicy, or beer taste nice. You
It makes
I'm
things
going
horrible.
I'm going to spice thing the parchment.
I would like to still fucking eat it.
Are you going to make it taste horrible or
Yeah.
spicy?
Don't
or
give a shit.
So, Myth,
My plan was to eat the wizard thing. I don't
As
think
you
I expected
bite-
it to taste good.
make me a Constitution saving throw as you bite into something that tastes vile and wants you to be sick.
Can I use my action to shape change and give myself big fuck off teeth?
No, not in this instance. No. Your action is to eat this thing. I'm asking you to make me a Constitution saving throw to see whether you can continue chewing on this thing or you do some damage with the horrendous flavour that Luck has
I'm
imbued on
trying
it.
to find Constitution. I'm sorry. 1 second.
Constitution saving
Oh.
throw.
finally.
Fucking 8. I rolled terribly.
You go to bite down on this thing. The moment it touches your tongue, a surge of unpleasantness comes down your throat. It tastes awful. It's like you've breathed in noxious fumes. It tastes rotten, and you immediately go to vomit. And you launch it out of your mouth, and it hits the ground along with a splurge of vomit beside it.
Soup's gonna be ready in a minute.
Yeah. Grab the scroll and tidy it up with presentation.
Yeah,
To go.
like magical sparks off of it. Like a
And
lick
I
of
read
vomit
it.
just off of it. I would say, as a magic user, you can read it, yes, and you read it, and it is a scroll of Stone of Truth.
Could be useful. Stash it away. Minsk. Sorry, Ellie.
I fucking change.
What?
Me.
And this long ears suddenly sprout,
Yeah, when they do the just
claws extend, the grin elongates, the eyes oval, the brows thorough, a tail sprouts out from behind, the feet elongate, the boots hair is long, like rabbit-like feet with claws extend.
She's
I'm gonna-
unimpressed. She have seen him before. She's absolutely unimpressed. And to mark that, she's going to flick him on the nose. Don't growl at me. That could be useful for us.
it is only useful to hurt us.
It is not.
I'm not about you. I mean us.
I know your point, but this spell can actually be useful to everyone, even you. Picture something like this. You really want information of someone, and they don't know that you have this spell.
It is wrong.
Tough love. Luck. Buttercup. This is not a fair world.
I know it's not. It's how I live this long.
That's how I survive.
I can't let it out.
It's not out. It's with us.
I don't trust you any more than I trusted anyone else.
And I don't trust any of you for now.
Misc, make me an insight check.
I like both of you, and I think we should go by river.
6. I'm too fucking 8. I'm too fucking angry.
Yep, carry on. Luck, make me a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Yep.
Ellie. Not 2027.
Whoa, okay. Misc. You stare, your teeth gritted, your nostrils flaring, your ears flicked back, your tail swishing, similarly to that of the gummy nose. And you stare with hatred at those arcane words scrawled on parchment that identify your kin. But a thought crosses your mind. Luck knows your secret. Ever since the return to Silver Fern, she's had many an opportune moment to mention it, out you, pass on that information even to Knick-Knack and Nazoom, but she hasn't. She's kept her mouth closed and kept your secret. It's far more trust that somebody has placed in you than most before.
And at the shrink down.
Ears fold back in, the tail slip under the skirt, the toes hunch back in, leaving burst boots at the seams.
I take off the boots and I just fucking
Nails.
throw them.
Back in, the fur shrinks back into the skin. The eyes peel back up and glows over to a nice blue tinge. The grin shrinks and lips open. And Ellie wants for you again.
What that is lets people know who I am, what we all are. And I need you to understand one thing. We as a species hate it.
I'm aware. And I do not care about others' hatred, because it is silly and misinformed.
We die for people. Don't you understand? People who know that spell kill us. With
So you're going
iron and fire.
Iron. Why iron? What does iron do to you?
Why did they not know anything anymore?
I'd rather that you tell me about your boundaries, rather than I listen to some old lady's tale that might be wrong about you.
Listen to old ladies' tales. They tend to be at least half correct.
I am not interested in a half-truth.
That's all you'll get from fairies.
So far you've given me plenty of answers and truth.
It hurts.
Noted. Do you have
He
gloves?
starts to boil.
Yes.
Good. I was going to buy you some otherwise. Does it hurt for you to shift?
Every time.
Do you always wreck your clothes like that?
Only when I do it in anger.
Right. Well, next time we are in town, we should buy a private room so you can outstretch as much as you want in the privacy.
I've lived half my life like this.
That
I can
doesn't
get
mean
significantly smaller.
that doesn't mean that you're not allowed to stretch once in a while. I'll be your guard dog for that. Everyone is allowed to have some kind of liberty for who they really want to be.
If only that was true.
Well, so far, you've been free to do it with us. And let me ask you one question. How does that make you feel? To be able to simply be?
There was one other place I was allowed to simply be. That was with family. I don't think you're quite family.
I don't think you're quite family either. But then again, you don't really get to choose that kind of things.
I am Aru. We choose many things, even family.
Truth?
The smile keeps going. Truce.
Now, let's try what Knick-Knack has done for breakfast, even though I am not guaranteeing this is very tasty.
Pigeon stew, pigeon soup. It's going to be great. But Nick Nack is already in his book, like drawing out boot designs with like elasticated bits to try and sort of, allow for expansion.
Stretch.
There's a problem. When he transforms, it's like the digigrade cat legs. That's why they just fuck it up.
Yeah, they just
They just break.
It doesn't help. Nick Nack's got plans going
like
on.
an elasticated rubber leather.
No, but I'm giving you the correct thought
Correction.
process
Nick,
when you
Nick Nack
realise
is about to design lycra for.
Knick-Knack, they don't quite.
Stew bubbles away. Fully cooked at this point.
Yeah, Luck is not trying it. Nope.
I'm gonna dish up everyone a bowl. I will dish up Nazuma a bowl, and I'll kind of put it in front of his tree self. I'm assuming he still eats and he doesn't like sort of act like a tree and like just go green.
I'm going to eat that later. And she's going to go and try to see if she
Look,
can lift
As
Nezum.
you take the bowl, a waft comes up through your nose, and it is very pleasant. Smell appetizing.
She doesn't trust it.
I have
One
one
bit.
thing. I do one thing. I put it near the horses.
And the nostrils flare, and the tongue kind of
all
comes out.
this you've gone to get the horses and you're about to poison.
No. Oh, did you not know this? Horses won't drink dirty water.
The horses lick the bowl clean.
And have a guess what else? Most people don't know this. Horses will eat meat.
Yeah.
Coming from a place where they kept their chickens with the horses, they will eat meat.
Fuck!
Then again, chickens will eat anything. Chickens will eat chicken.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll eat my pigeon soup.
Just
She's going to lean towards me like Misc, like, Is it safe to eat?
The horses still stand, don't they?
Good point.
Plus,
Well,
they have a very strong metabolism. It's how you make antidotes.
true enough. That's how they do for snake poison,
Yes.
which is weird. And doesn't make me feel very. It's making me feel conflicted when we use that.
When you give something a small enough dose over a large enough time period, they develop a resistance, and you can synthesize it from the blood.
I'm aware of that.
Hmm.
You haven't tried to build some kind of poison immunity over time, given my background. You say the strangest things. She's
My
going to
job.
take a bite.
The fairy just goes, "It's my job."
Yeah, but still. A fairy, an angel,
And a knick-knack.
Knick-knack.
and a knick-knack.
Do you know goblins are descended from fae?
I did not know that. That's a good thing to know.
So it's technically a fairy, an angel, and a half-fae.
Just because I'm shorter than
And
you.
you look over at Nazum
Mm.
and wonder what
And-
the hell that is.
Yeah. Does that mean he's supposed to be your cousin of some kind?
Doubt it.
Could work. I see it. Especially on the ears and the nose.
True. 1 second, just grabs and pulls, and the nose gets bigger.
Well, that's a good look on you, at least.
It comes back in.
So, are we going to go to Riverpoint and see where we go from there? Because that's going to be the road
Good idea.
or the river.
Sure. However, I want to make some rules.
Okay.
No unnecessary killing.
Okay. I've not killed anyone unnecessarily.
Which means by that, when we arrive in the city, if we can avoid killing, we do it.
Weed killing.
When we are on the road and they're just merchants, we do not kill them to loot their thing. I'm looking at you. She's looking at Misc.
Trade is sacred.
Good. Then I'm looking at you, Knick-Knack. No.
Knick-knack.
I never killed any merchanty people. I've only ever killed anyone like since I met you guys, and they attack us. So if they try to
Exactly.
kill us, they're fair game.
Knick-knack.
Yeah.
I have one request while we're making conditions.
Okay.
The fact that I can do what I do should not be spoken to anyone except people here.
Okay.
I'm Ellie.
Yeah.
Good.
Which, by the way, I would ask you not to question me too much or where I come from. It is painful memory, and I'd rather not go through them again.
Do you mind if I ask how you do your spell stuff though? Because I'm interested in that. Because you can do stuff that similar to what I can do, but you do it different.
Which
Oh,
one of us?
Luck. She does like lightning hands without like magic mittens.
oh, that's easy enough. I'm a sorcerer. That means my magic is actually in my blood. I'm naturally magical, if you prefer it.
Okay.
That
While we're
sounds
traveling,
incredibly unfair.
Sorry?
That sounds incredibly unfair.
I might want to test that a little bit when we're traveling, but we'll get there.
How do you want to test it?
Well, I want to see if I can get the magic out of your blood.
You could try. Some have tried before. However, I may tell you that it's not exactly congruent.
Misc just has a brain brainwave of somebody who is doing medicine. Knick-knack, how are you with medicine?
I've never really needed it.
You ever heard of a blood transfusion?
I am not giving him my blood.
Well, I'm just saying that might be how you make a sorcerer.
Technically, it could. That's how it happens from what I've understood, a very antique bloodline of draconic sorcerers.
There's
They're
another
given
way,
blood
but I know
by...
Luck will be even more angry at that.
I don't know if there is any left, though. Typically, you would see scales on one such person.
It's fine. It was just curiosity. I can ask about it later because, like, that's not to do with like where you're from, so that's not going to upset you.
I get my sorcery from the storm.
Okay.
Don't ask. Nobody knows. My parents took that as the gift of the goddesses.
Okay. I don't think I have any rules. If I think of any, I'll let you know.
Well, as long as you inform us of things that makes you uncomfortable and that we have to stop.
Okay, I can do that.
Do you have any questions, Knick-knack? While we're all being open.
Maybe later. I might be able to do something about clothing for you.
It's fine. I take out a needle and thread and start fixing my clothes.
Do you need help with that? And I cast mending on the clothes.
I kind of like doing it.
The thread starts feeling, the leather starts patching, and the end of the boots start to peel back together.
Kind of like doing that.
Yeah, but what about the shoes, though? You can't exactly fix the shoes.
I don't understand why people here insist on shoes.
We should try to get you new ones, more comfortable ones, and practical for that matter.
Sure, we can get some in Riverpoint.
Hmm.
I need to get some more clothes anyway. Feel a bit restrictive.
You talk about restrictive. Look what I wear in battle.
You've seen how big I am.
Yes, your point.
I get about 2 feet tall.
So, I don't see the problem. Tall person are nice.
Yes. I agree. It's a bit cramped.
Luke,
Mm-hmm.
how common is it that, like, if you have like magical clothing and things, it will size to fit you? Is that actually a thing here or not?
Magical items such as rings, jewelry, clothes will fit the wearer once attuned.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Well, I've got a stack of cloaks that are like magical. So if we make some like outfits out of them for you, then they might change in size with you when you change in size.
Could work.
That's a neat trick, getting big and small. I'm just small.
Sorry, but what I am is a bit like Luck. Less magic, though, surprisingly. I just am.
Can't really say about clothing and me. I always try to find something that fit me. However, well,
I could always make you something.
Yeah,
could
as
you?
an Astamar treading the terrestrial realm, clothes aren't usually built. When I say built, made for people of your stature. They're usually a
I'm a
lot smaller.
changeling tailor.
clothes usually means a visit to the tailor for yourself.
Yeah, and I offered.
Hmm.
Could be good if we get ourselves on some material. I have to tell you though, I prefer something very simple. I do not care for colors, black is enough. Or white for that matter.
Did is Luck wearing? Because she got the counselor's dress. Is she wearing that yet? Now
You have
Not
it, but I
now.
don't think you're wearing it yet.
that's why I would double check.
I'm not wearing it for now. It's in my pack.
Okay.
Father had something similar at one point. It was a coat. Said it was always comfortable.
Well, we should get going, however.
True.
Come on. Help me try to see if we could get Knick-Knack on one of the horse.
Just scruff of the neck and puts him on top.
Is that stiff as a board?
Oh, Knick-Knack. Nazoom,
Nezum.
the tree. You said Knick-Knack.
Oh, sorry, Nezum.
So I just... Do you want to stay up there?
Nazum is.
Sure.
Oh.
I know. When she said Knick-Knack, I just picked Knick-Knack up and put him on the horse.
She's trying to get Nizum out of the ground gently.
I tied rope to Nazoom.
As you kind of lift Nazum, like the roots snap and rip from the ground that he's embedded himself in, and you pick him up and you put him on the back of a horse, and you see the roots start to stretch back out from his feet and his legs and wrap around the back of the horse and onto the saddle, holding him securely.
Huh. Hey, that's something. Right. Let's go before we actually get caught.
I don't think that'll be occurring.
Let's go. I do not have much faith right now.
Does anyone know the way?
This way.
To Riverpoint. And
Yep.
I can't believe this to get on a boat.
Boats are nice.
I don't
You know,
like
before
them.
coming down, I actually never went on a boat before.
I don't like them.
Why not?
Be cool.
Don't know.
You're not some mythy, secretly kind of night creatures that cannot go near running water, are you?
I am a fairy.
Yes.
Well, technically speaking, I am one of the she.
What do you prefer? I didn't ask you. I
Fair
forgot
is what
to.
you call us. We call ourselves the she.
So you would prefer
The
she over they?
Sidhe. It's Sylvan for fairy. It's pronounced the she.
I was asking for your pronouns.
Dealer's choice, usually.
Hmm.
We don't really do them.
Okay.
We are simply Aru.
That's good to know. You
Means
would have to
changing.
remind me the first time. For I need to find something that is good enough for you to be called daily.
Ellie.
It'll do. I wonder if Ellie's short for something.
Elizabeth.
Really?
Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Eliza.
I like Eliza. It's fun.
You like Eliza? Well, okay then. Right. And we are going. I think Luck might be going on one of the horses and taking Nezum right behind her.
Knick-knack, come with
Okay.
me.
So, how are the hand, how are Robonazoom, and how are Link traveling?
Links will probably just travel in my pocket,
Okay.
rather than fly along. Robonazoom has a speed of 40, so
Okay. So it can keep
probably can just
relative pace.
run along relatively.
Doesn't
Uh,
really get tired because they're a robot.
Yeah, they're immune to exhaustion.
Yeah.
So yeah, can just basically chug
Just
along.
run.
Yeah. And although horses can technically go faster, they're also carrying us and stuff. So
Yeah. And
it's
there is a
probably going to
limit
work
to
out.
their travel per day. Yeah. So you mount up. Luck, you prepared belongings from your home beforehand. You packed up. Are there any last preparations or any other things that you would like to do before you depart Silver Fern?
Yes, a quick prayer to both Lenara and Solara, mainly to keep the town safe from any
Okay.
kind of harm, whatever it is from the inside or the outside.
Read me said prayer and roll me a religion check.
Yeah. That's what she's saying it with lots of emotion, unfortunately. 14.
Okay.
Are you sending me a message?
No.
Okay. But yeah, this is what she's going to do. Do you want me to do something more?
I want you to say the prayer.
Oh, okay.
I've
Sorry.
given you the prayer book. You have the prayers. You
Yeah,
rolled the check.
I did.
Read
But
the
you
prayer.
didn't send me the prayers of protection or anything, so like
Have I not? Oh, sorry.
no,
Sorry, I thought I had already. Let me just check.
I don't have it.
I will send them to you. Bear with me 1 second. Where have I put them?
You didn't send them to me, so I was waiting for something to drop.
She was waiting for the ping, and you were like,
Oh
"I've
my
sent
God.
it. Read it."
Well. Okay. Right. Right. Copy. No. Copy. Um, um, I'm gonna have to send you a document because it's too many characters to copy and paste.
Can't
You
believe
go.
you've read the prayer book. There's several deities.
Let's see. Opening
I've done prep.
word.
What can I say?
Let's see. So that's protection moonlight, and the other one is
There's the prosperity one.
yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay, let's start with the main one, the moonlight.
Okay.
Renara, sentinel of the night sky. Shine down upon us and keep us safe. Wrap us in your soft silver veil. Guard us from harm, let no shadow prevail. Bless our rest with dreams so bright, as we lay beneath your moonlight might. And the other one. O Solara, whose ray bless the earth, shine down upon us and grant us myth. Bring life to the seed, wolf to the land. May your golden light bless each hand. In your radiance all field grow. Guide our labors, make them show.
You finish your prayers. You pack your things. You load up the horses. You put out the campfire. You all look out from the top of the hill, looking at the town as it starts to come to life. You hear the murmurs of folk below calling out for their wares, and children laughing, and people shouting, and animals making noises throughout the air. And life goes on in Thorn, but despite tragedy, despite chaos, plotting, doing, trust being broken and remended and broken again. You pack your things and you turn to the forest to the east. You mount your horses and you make your way into the Airwood. Search of Riverpoint. Then the hillside, and you'll make your way into the trees. Anyone will make a survival check for the
Survive.
first day of travel.
Sure. Nope. That's a 1. That's a 6.
Natural one, it's a natural one. Everybody else?
Sorry, I was chatting, so I missed that last.
And a survival check for everyone, please.
A survival check. I rolled 2. Well,
We're
actually,
going to go far.
to be honest, I wasn't expecting Knick-Knack to be paying much, because Knick-Knack is, I'm assuming Ellie is riding with Knick-Knack.
Yeah.
If luck is,
But this is a group check, so I
yes,
require everyone to make one.
so that's fine.
So that's
I
a
mean, to be
2,
honest,
that's a 1.
the 2 is appropriate for like Knick-Knack because he's quite distracted. Because over the course of the travel, I may or may not bombard Ellie with lots of questions about what, why, how, what's it feel like. Imagine like a 3-year-old that's, why, why. But Knick-Knack has what, why, how.
I'm going to load up Oh gosh, got my dice. I'm going to load up the sheet for Nazum, and I'm going to roll for Nazum.
Because we need all the help we can get.
Luke,
You certainly do.
I rolled a 19.
You rolled a 19. Good to know. So everything is in Nazum's hands, really. Survival. What has he got? A -1. Hope he rolled high.
Mm.
Oh my days. That's that's a natural 1.
He got a 0.
A
So he
natural
got a 0, a 1, a 2, and a
0,
19.
2, and a 19. So that is
I'm doing the math.
no, it doesn't matter what the math
22.
is.
So that's an average of like 5 and a
No,
bit.
because I got a 6.
No, it's a natural 1. It's a natural 1. I know. It's only meant to count for combat, but I'm applying it to check too.
Even
Otherwise,
if
everybody would
it
be
only skews us
overpowered
by
because
another.
rogues would be incredibly overpowered if they could never roll a natural 1. So
I'm
only people
up
that
to
can't
10th level,
roll a
they
nat
can't either.
Technically, that's a
Yep.
7. Round down, that's a 7.
doesn't matter. A natural 1's a
Luke,
natural 1.
Not
after
good.
10, after
Yes, I know,
after level
because
10,
yeah, I know,
doesn't
but
matter
they can.
anyway.
Yeah, but they still can roll a natural 1.
Yeah,
Anything
but
below a
if you
10 is fine, other than a natural 1 in my book.
oh, you like to keep the natural ones.
Natural 1 is still a natural 1 because then otherwise it can get into the realm of it doesn't matter what you roll, you're going to be successful. So a natural 1, at
So
least.
just be a halfling rogue and then you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the halfling rogue and fuck.
Good luck.
There's a 5% chance of failure at whatever you roll. If you roll a 2 and you get a 17, you're fine. But a natural 1's always going to be a natural 1 in my book. Anyway, moving forward. The first day's travel is slow. The horses, at this point, don't have a clue who you are. Mara is no longer there. You are new riders. You are getting accustomed to them. They're getting accustomed to you. Travel is slow.
If they get all upset, I talk in Mara's voice.
Would they know me, however? Because I'm from town.
You don't know everybody in town, even though you've been there.
You're not friends with everything that exists.
No,
Even the horses.
but they wouldn't.
You don't spend your time associating yourself with horses.
There's also a robot.
And horses don't remember every face they see either.
No, but the smell.
But still,
Even then, it's a horse.
Yeah, it's a horse. It's not a trained tracking hound. It's a horse.
No, but horses have a good memory for smells.
Horses have a lovely memory, but they haven't the bond, and they have not bonded with you. Yes, travel is slow. You spend time gaining the trust of the horses, encouraging them to continue in a specific direction. Misc, can you make me an animal handling check?
Sure. Fuck. 3. Animal handling is not good. One of my good things. I can't lie to a horse, unfortunately.
So, yeah, the first day's travel is exceptionally slow. You don't really make much headway. You are making your way through the forest, and you have to set up camp. The day gets away from you, from preparations through to making your way in the woods, and keeping the horses on track, and keeping your sense of direction in the forest without the sky above you and direct light of the sun. It's easy to get turned around and realize you're traveling in the wrong direction all of a sudden. And as time goes on and day gets ahead, you eat leftover bits of stew that you carry on as you travel, and the light begins to dim. And it is time to set up camp once again. And you make your way through the forest to a point where you find a clearing a small area where the sky is viewable and the trees bear a bit of ground to lay down and set up a fire. You set up camp for the day. Are we going to take a long rest?
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we set up camp.
So in terms of like camping, because we've now camped out a couple of times.
Mostly in safe places.
Yeah, well, what I'm querying is like Nizoom does his weird "I don't sleep" thing, and Robonazoom can't be surprised and is basically just sort of.
So you've got two members of your party which can maintain watch throughout the night without needing of any kind of shift pattern,
And
as it were.
I can set up a couple of alarmy things
Yeah.
around.
So you have a pretty
So
good party for a secure night's sleep of being watchful for events.
yeah,
Okay. As the night goes on, and Robonazoom, make
yeah.
me a perception check, please.
I have something to add,
Yep, no
if
problem.
you don't mind.
Yep.
When Luck's asleep, I burn the rest.
Yeah.
Luck.
I wait until it's like 4 in the morning.
Luck has an incredibly high passive perception. However, passive perception doesn't count when you're asleep. But so this just doesn't happen uncontended. Luck. Make me a passive perception at disadvantage. Misc, because you have chosen to do this at a point where she is asleep,
That's that work.
there
Yeah.
is. I need to open my sheet again.
I have a question.
1 second.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. Open the bag again. Right. Okay.
Robonazoom's was an 18 for perception.
Misc.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Robonazoom raised on anything for perception. Good to know. Misc, roll me a d4. You get 1 free burn because of when you have chosen to do this.
Three.
Okay. You burn the scroll of true sight.
Now, can I ask a question? What was
Yeah.
the first one I got rid of? For my own
The
sake.
scroll of detect good and evil.
Cool.
And you have burnt the scroll of true sight also.
Cool.
I have a question for that because you had me for passive perception rule.
No. Passive perception doesn't count when you're asleep. Perception at disadvantage
Yeah.
when you're asleep, please.
Fuck off! 9.
9. Misc, make me a stealth check, please, for the second burning.
He has to roll the 1. You won't be rolling 1.
Nat 20 for 25.
Fuck
Okay.
you!
Roll me a d4 minus 1.
1.
You burn a scroll of protection from good and evil.
Those were the main ones I wanted to get rid of.
Doesn't Luck have the one of a zone of truth?
Yes, she does.
She has Zone of Truth.
I have it.
Luck, make me another perception check at disadvantage, please.
Against the nat 20.
This is for the next turning.
I'm also there may be
Isn't that all of them now?
No, there's one left.
the detect magic.
Oh yeah, I can't tell the difference. I keep forgetting that. So I'm just burning everything.
But there may be an effect, like there may actually be a magical effect of you're burning a magical scroll.
He says, I already asked, do scrolls count as magic items? And he says no.
Okay.
That's why I decided to burn them.
They imbue magical words that enable
The paper's not
ability
magic,
of
just the
magical
words
spell
are.
casting. But the words themselves, the paper, the physical entity itself is not magic. Otherwise, all scrolls of magical items would be invulnerable to all damage. And I think for a bit of paper, that's a bit much.
I would still say that they contain the energy of the spell.
They contain a spark of the spell. Yeah, they do. You are right. But they're not inherently
I
magical.
asked
There is a spark
originally
of
when
magic.
I burned the first one. Does it do a
from them.
thing? And he goes, no.
Yeah.
Cool. I burn the rest of them then.
Yeah, I'm not even going to be able to do anything. I rolled a 1, so
Roll the
burn them
one,
all.
and you burn the scroll of detect magic. Don't rogues.
Look,
The only
he
one
can
left.
cast detect magic. Who cares?
And all that is left is the scroll of zone of truth, which is in luck possession. And the marble. 200 gold.
Which I didn't tell nobody about.
And the contract.
Contract of killing me.
Mm-hmm. They don't know about.
Which everything goes.
And they didn't ask where you got all these things from. Knew that you had them, and Luck was so obsessed about you trying to destroy them, she didn't even think about where they'd come from.
Now, how pissed is Celia?
Well, there's Leah and there's Luck. There's a difference. Right.
Sometimes with Celia it's difficult.
Yeah, they mix into two sometimes.
The two of them are going to be absolutely pissed. I am. Genuinely, I am.
Burning magical items. What? Next up.
Look,
Robonazoom.
I would like to specify, I literally said with Misc there's going to be conflict and she said it's fine.
Cool.
No, you didn't say that. When did you say it?
Yeah.
When?
Either
I
way,
said
look,
with Misc there's going to be some problems. And you said, sure, it's fine.
That's not problem. That's just plain conflict.
well, look, it's a bit of paper. There's some magical spells. It's nothing that can't be got
Do you
again.
know how much money those spells are?
He is a fucking fairy.
So
They offend his culture and who he is, and for that, I can't say no against
there's
it.
a bigger thing that he could do to fuck the system that is fucking him.
Yeah, but
Oh no, this
he's
is a
lived an
simple
entire
slight.
life from that. To just turn a blind eye and just be like, oh yeah, no, they could be useful.
No.
You use your weapon, your enemy's weapons is a big thing, depending on your culture. And this is a cultural thing.
We are.
Burn the shit.
Robonazoom.
Yes.
Misc rolls over sleep after burning, feeling a sense of safety and a well-earned sleep after destroying said scroll. Luck remains silently asleep. Knick-knack also.
No dreams.
No dreams.
Hmm.
Robonazoom, however,
Yes.
picks up movement. There is someone approaching. Robonazoom lays a metallic claw on Knick-Knack and shakes you awake and points into the distance.
Okay. I will look out into the distance as Knick-Knack with bleary eyes going, huh?
And I keep closing the wrong fucking thing.
Robonazoom is much more observant than Knick-Knack is.
And on the edge of the firelight, making their way through the trees, you spot a young gnomish woman. Fatty white dress, snagged and torn by the forest branches. The once beautiful fabric now stained and dirtied from her journey. Wild red hair frames her face in an untamed mess. Bits of leaves and twigs caught throughout. Her bright green eyes dart around, full of caution and fatigue. She has a slender, almost delicate frame, but carries herself with an air of determination that belies her small stature. Her button-like features are flushed from exertion, and despite her disheveled state, she wears fine jewelry, a necklace, rings, mismatched with her current appearance. She looks like someone who doesn't belong, more suited for comfortable life. Yet there is a spark of resolve in her eyes. She freezes as her eyes lock with yours, breathing heavily, her expression teetering between surprise and uncertainty. You're trying to decide whether to trust you or to flee further into the wilderness.
I will.
And with that, we will end our session for this week.
With me waving.
Ew.
Bye.
It's a giant metal rat goes, hey-oh.
What behind me?
In a tree on a horse.
Stop the record. I don't think I can without ending the meeting. So, never mind. The recording goes on. And there we go. You have left Silver Fern. You have travelled for a day through the Airwood. You are camping, and a stranger is in your midst.
What does the AI thing says?
Let's have a look, shall we? Hey, companion, catch me up. I can tell here that you're really annoyed with it. Don't have it personally, all right? It's just a bit of fun. He's done what his character would do. It isn't a big deal.
I know, but at the same time, it really annoys me because
Look,
it's a waste.
It
To
isn't a
him,
waste.
it's not a waste.
But you might think it's a waste. Exactly. He thinks it's a safety precaution. And this is the thing, there's different perspectives on all sorts of things on how resources and things get used. So while yes, you're thinking ahead in the game as a player, that's a valuable resource. But as a character,
Not just as a player, that's the thing.
well, yeah, but luck's a magical
You
person,
get Zone
so
of
she
Truth.
sees
Good
them
on
as
you.
valuable as well. But you've managed, like, rather than looking at it as losing 4 scrolls, look at it as gaining 1. That's the way you need to look at it.
Look, this is as politely as I can put it. That thing's existence is like pork to a Jewish man. Shit needs to be gotten rid of.
Okay. Anyway,
Does that make sense?
the summary. The
I'm an
summary.
atheist. It doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, well, but it's about perspective. Anyway,
Okay.
the summary says the party left it says silver phone. Silver Fern, it says silver phone. The party left Silver Phone and began travelling through the forest towards Riverpoint. Misc, in Ellie's form, burned several magical scrolls while Luck was sleeping, causing some tension. The first day of travel was slow as they got accustomed to the horses. They set up camp for the night in a forest clearing. During the night watch, Robonazoom spotted a young gnomish woman approaching their camp. She appears disheveled but finely dressed and seems uncertain whether to trust the party or flee. The session ended with the encounter, leaving the party's response to the gnomish woman as a cliffhanger.
Quite good.
Fine.
It's weird how well it does
It only
and how
mentioned like the last half an hour, not like the last 3 hours.
Yeah. But it does really well sometimes, and then sometimes it's like, sorry, I didn't catch that.